a flood of soft yet brilliant light over a plateau glittering with gold plate, and fragrant with exotics embedded in vases of rare porcelain. The seats on each side of the table were occupied by persons consuming, with a heedless air, delicacies for which they had no appetite, while the conversation in general consisted of flying phrases referring to the impending event of the great day that had already dawned. "Come from Lady St. Julian's, Fitz?" said a youth of very tender years, and whose fair visage was as downy and as blooming as the peach from which, with a languid air, he withdrew his lips to make this inquiry of the gentleman with the cane. "Yes. Why, were you not there?" "I never go anywhere," replied the melancholy Cupid. "Everything bores me so." "Well, will you go to Epsom with us tomorrow, Alfred?" said Lord Fitzheron. "I take Berners and Charles Egremont, and with you our party will be perfect." "I feel so cursed blasé," exclaimed the boy, in a tone of elegant anguish. "It will give you a fillip, Alfred," said Mr. Berners. "Do you all the good in the world." "Nothing can do me good," said Alfred, throwing away his almost untasted peach. "I should be quite content if anything could do me harm. Waiter, bring me a tumbler of Badminton." "And bring me one, too," sighed out Lord Eugene de Vere, who was a year older than Alfred Mountchesney, his companion and brother in listlessness. Both had exhausted life in their teens, and all that remained for them was to mourn, amid the ruins of their reminiscences, over the extinction of excitement. "Well, Eugene, suppose you come with us," said Lord Fitzheron. "I think I shall go down to Hampton Court and play tennis," said Lord Eugene. "As it is the Derby, nobody will be there." "And I will go with you, Eugene," said Alfred Mountchesney, "and we will dine together afterwards at the Toy. Anything is better than dining in this infernal London." "Well, for my part," said Mr. Berners, "I do not like your suburban dinners. You always get something you can't eat, and cursed bad wine." "I rather like bad wine," said Mr. Mountchesney. "One gets so bored with good wine." "Do you want the odds against hibiscus, Berners?" said a guardsman, looking up from his book, which he had been very intently studying. "All I want is some supper, and as you are not using your place, you shall have it. Oh, here's Milford. He will give them me." And at this moment entered the room the young nobleman whom we have before mentioned, accompanied by an individual who was approaching perhaps the termination of his 5th lustre, but whose general air rather betokened even a less experienced time of life. Tall, with a well-proportioned figure and a graceful carriage, his countenance touched with a sensibility that at once engages the affections. Charles Egremont was not only admired by that sex whose approval generally secures men enemies among their fellows, but was at the same time the favourite of his own. "Ah, Egremont, come and sit here," exclaimed more than one banqueter. "I saw you waltzing with the little Bertie, old fellow," said Lord Fitzheron, "and therefore did not stay to speak to you, as I thought we should meet here. I am to call for you, mind." "How shall we all feel this time tomorrow?" said Egremont, smiling. "The happiest fellow at this moment must be Cocky Graves," said Lord Milford. "He can have no suspense. I have been looking over his book, and I defy him, whatever happens, not to lose." "Poor Cocky," said Mr. Berners. "He has asked me to dine with him at the Clarendon on Saturday." "Cocky is a very good Cocky," said Lord Milford, "and Caravan is a very good horse. And if any gentleman sportsman present wishes to give 7-2, I will take him to any amount." "My book is made up," said Egremont, "and I stand or fall by Caravan." "And I." "And I." "And I." "Well, mark my words," said a fourth, rather solemnly, "Rat Trap wins." "There is not a horse."